They don't call them juicy rumors for a reason, and that's what we got here on Falcons Today. Caleb Williams, the 2024 quarterback, said, what? Also, could the Falcons sign Saquon Barkley in free agency? Robert Woods got cut yesterday. Could he be a Falcon next season? And the Falcons re-signed somebody. Find out who that is later on in the show. But wow, Caleb Williams, the potential number 1 overall pick in 2024, the Heisman Trophy winner, in an interview said that he would want to play for 4 different NFL teams, or one of 4 teams, and your Atlanta Falcons are on that list. He mentioned the Miami Dolphins as a potential team, the Las Vegas Raiders as a potential team, the San Francisco 49ers as a possibility, and then your Atlanta Falcons. So for those of you in the camp of not wanting Lamar Jackson, seeing how it goes with Desmond Ridder this year, this should get you excited, because I didn't see this one coming, and Caleb Williams is a potential superstar in the NFL. I mean, he's a college football superstar, and he's got all the tools to be an all-time quarterback in the National Football League. This past year for the Trojans, completed just under 67% of his passes, threw for 4,500 yards, 42 touchdowns against 5 interceptions. He can run as well. Like I said, he won the Heisman Trophy. He almost single-handedly carried USC to the college football playoff this past season. He's currently the projected number 1 pick next year. So maybe if you're Atlanta, you do what the Texans did this year and say, all right, Desmond Ridder, we're going to give you this year. Prove to us if you're the guy. If not, we'll go draft a QB next year, just like the Texans are expected to this year. So I like this idea. If you don't pursue a Lamar Jackson, I don't think there's another vet quarterback that I'm really that interested in. I don't want Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old. So if Lamar doesn't happen, play Desmond Ridder this year, see how it goes. And, hey, if you get a top 5 pick next year, maybe you can move up and go get Caleb Williams. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, Desmond Ridder is the guy, and you maybe win the NFC South next year in what could be an all-time bad division. I mean, Tampa Bay apparently is going to go with Kyle Trask. We have no idea who Carolina's quarterback is going to be, who's going to be slinging it for New Orleans. Why not Atlanta? So, again, you don't want to be picking in the top 5 next year, but if you are, if Desmond Ridder doesn't work out in 2023, next year could be a great QB class as well, with Caleb Williams leading the way, or potentially Drake May, producer Roley's boy, leading the way. The North Carolina gunslinger who threw for 4,300 yards, 38 touchdowns, rushed for almost 700 yards, and 7 more scores as well. These two will almost certainly go 1-2 next year. If they both ball out and have big seasons, don't get injured, those will likely be the top 2 picks. But, I mean, there's other quarterbacks that could go high. Quinn Ewers at Texas could be a high draft pick. Potentially Spencer Rattler, if he has a big season for South Carolina. Could Joe Milton at Tennessee have a big year and get drafted high? I mean, this could be an all-time QB class next year. So I don't hate the approach of giving Ridder 2023. We'll see what happens there, but Caleb Williams already mentioning Atlanta as a team he'd like to play for. Certainly something to monitor over the next 12 months. Would you want to draft Caleb Williams next year? And this is in the scenario that 2023 doesn't go well. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Don't lie to me, Falcons fans. We all know you'd love to see Caleb Williams in the ATL. Now, coming up in just a moment, could the Falcons sign Robert Woods? The veteran wide receiver got cut by Tennessee on Wednesday. We'll explore that. But first, let's talk about a bigger free agent. That is Saquon Barkley. Could he be heading to the ATL? Pro Football Network listed the Falcons as a potential fit for Saquon, saying they should sign or trade for him. Now, they'd only have to trade for him if he gets franchise tagged by the Giants, which actually seems unlikely right now as they're trying to figure out the Daniel Jones situation. Here's Ian Valentino on this subject saying, quote, "The only team with more rushing attempts than Chicago in 2022 was Atlanta. They also boast the second most cap space in the league and are without a star rusher. For as well as rookie Tyler Algier played, Barkley can be a lure for a star quarterback as well." I got to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this overall assessment. First of all, Tyler Algier did have a great year. And number two, why would getting Saquon Barkley to Atlanta all of a sudden intrigue a star quarterback to come there, number one. And number two, why would that be Atlanta's approach? Like Lamar Jackson, for example. You know what he hasn't had in Baltimore? Elite wide receivers. Hey, Lamar, we're going to sign Saquon so you can come play quarterback in Atlanta. I don't think that really makes any sense whatsoever. Now, that doesn't diminish Saquon Barkley as a player. I think he's great, but I don't know if that's really good reasoning by Pro Football Network to just say, hey, I mean, listen, you signed Saquon, you're going to get a superstar quarterback. I don't know if the two coexist whatsoever. I got concerns about his durability. I mean, he had a healthy season this year, but he's got a lot of mileage. 2020 and 2021 had some injuries as well. I don't know. I've talked about it on other channels, like $14 million for Saquon. That's probably what you're looking at. Is that worth it? I'm not sure that it actually is. Now, you look at his 2022 stats. He slowed down in the second half of the year. I mean, the proof's in the pudding there. Now, they didn't give him the ball as much. Like, the yards per carry didn't plummet. It went from 4.7 to 4.3. Still had 6 touchdowns, but not as many explosive plays. So I think you have to factor that in as well. Should the Falcons sign Saquon Barkley? Type S for sign or P for pass. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think the Falcons should do when it comes to Saquon? All right, before we talk about Robert Woods, who did the Falcons re-sign? Well, we're going to explain that here in just a moment. But first, hit that subscribe button here on Falcons Today. We have all of the Atlanta Falcons news and rumors, everything surrounding this football team. We're hitting you guys with like 5 videos per week. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to keep you guys in the loop. Could Robert Woods run some routes for Desmond Ridder here in 2023? Like we mentioned earlier, he was cut by Tennessee as the Titans made several roster moves to try and create some cap space. And Robert Woods could be an intriguing fit. We'll talk about how he could fit in Atlanta in a moment. But first, we got this Falcons long sleeve shirt on sale at chatsports.com/Falcons long sleeve. That link will be in the description and in the comments. Take advantage of the deal today while it is on sale. Represent the ATL, chatsports.com/Falcons long sleeve. Now you look at this wide receiver depth chart. I mean, it's kind of Drake London, and I mean, you need some guys after him. And I like London, and obviously you got Kyle Pitts at tight end as well, who lines up more as a receiver quite a bit. But I think if you could get a vet around Drake London like Robert Woods, that could make a lot of sense. Now, I don't know how good Woods is at this point. Like, I don't think you're getting like peak LA Rams 2019-2020 Robert Woods, but could you get like 20% more than these numbers? 53 catches, 527, 2 scores. Like, can you get 65 catches for like 700 yards and 4 touchdowns? Like, if you could get something like that, like, I think I would absolutely do that whatsoever. Now, maybe he's cooked. I don't know. But he caught passes from Ryan Tannehill, who seemed to fall off last year, Malik Willis, who can't throw the football downfield, and Josh Dobbs late in the year. Like, I'd like to see Robert Woods in a competent situation next season. So he seems motivated as well. He tweeted free after he got cut. So I think he could be like a number 3 type of option. We'll have to wait and see. Now the Falcons re-signed Liam McCullough, as he tweeted out, excited to re-sign with the Atlanta Falcons. They bring their long snapper back, so shout out to Liam McCullough. Got to get those special teamers back in the fold, so good to see him return and show the long snapper some love. I mean, how many other YouTube channels are talking about the long snapper? Not many. Type 48 down in the comments below to show Liam McCullough some love. And Bird Gang, subscribe today. Rise up, ATL. Trying to get to 10,000 subs, like 300 away or so. So hit that subscribe button. We will continue to plug out videos here on this channel. Hey, rise up, ATL. Hit that sub button.